Hello everyone, we have another video from Jim, live trading video, and this video is really interesting because in real time we got to see how the auto trader behaves and performs if the internet were to go down. A few minutes into the video, of course, Jim had to leave and go about his business, and he left the auto trader running, and the internet went down for a period of about 3 minutes. And it's interesting to see how the auto trader acted. He did have a stop loss and profit target that were sent to the broker and remained in the queue during this time. And the result is impressive because the auto trader traded through it and the orders were sent to the market in the queue. When this happened in the live video, I jumped in on the video and made some commentary about it. So you'll see that early on in the video, which I'll get to in a moment. What I have here is a chart of the NASDAQ, and I wanted to point out the support and resistance levels that I drew from Friday when I spoke about volume profile and finding support and resistance on Friday. And I wanted to show you how those levels that I drew from the previous session affected, or how they played out in today's market. So all these solid blue lines were drawn on Friday, and Jim has spoken often of this 78.10 level right here, and interestingly that was the low of the day here, and then there was a test. This dotted blue line is the low of the value area. Remember, the value area is where 70% of the volume of the session traded. Now these dotted blue line and the dotted red line, this is the high of the value area, the red line, and the low of the value area is from Friday's session, not from today's session, but from this session here. So this is Friday's high of the value area and Friday's low of the value area here. So the 78.10 was the low of today, and then the test was right on the numbers on the low of the value area, and that also happened to be the low of the night session. So once again, you can see that the highs and lows of the session are often key levels. In fact, the high of the night session tested the high of the value area from Friday, and this is also a high volume node in this area here. And of course, the high, the point of control, which is where the price at which the most volume occurred, was 78.44. So the point of control for Friday was 78.44, and that was split between this level and this level here in the night session, 78.44 and 78.69 or 68 or so. That's also a key level, but I want you to take particular note how the point of control became a dividing line between bullish and bearish. In the night session it broke here, and it was resistance here and resistance for the first couple of hours of trading. You can clearly see that 78.10 acting as support, and the point of control from Friday acting as resistance. And then we had the test here of 78.10 and then a higher low, and then so a really nice technical trade here with this swing, and then a very nice long, as Jim very correctly called it, wanting to go long after 78.10. And you can see it on a little bit different time frame here, but it was a beautiful long trade all the way up, and it made new highs for the day above the point of control from Friday. So the market traded very technically to these levels of support and resistance. So for Tuesday, the key levels will be this high volume node here at 78.30 area, which is the point of control for today, Monday, and then the low of the value area here, 78.23, and the high of the value area, 78.50, as well as these two levels down here will continue to be areas of support and resistance. And then on the upper end, as the market appears to be bullish at this point, will be the highs and lows of the night session, and then these developing areas of volume at price at 78.76 and a quarter, and this 78.87 area. So these will all be levels of interest tomorrow. Okay, so I forgot to point out where the areas of interest, volume nodes, etc., would be if the market continues to the upside. And here we have support and resistance lines that I drew on the chart previously, and those areas are still in play. So that would be the low of the value area from, looks like Thursday, and the high of the value area from Thursday would be this dotted red line and the dotted blue line here. High and low of the value area from Thursday. This high volume node, this line I drew here, so 79.29 is a definite area of interest. And then the high of the night session here is an area of interest, 79.50 level. Certainly 79.50 to 55 probably. And if we go back a little further, then of course the high of the 19th would be up here at the 79.70 area. This volume node here at 79.62, and then this is where I drew this line, a very strong area. You see all the volume at price here, so 79.29 a quarter. I'm fairly certain if the market goes to the upside, we'll see perhaps a pause in price action here. It might just blow through it, but I would expect some resistance here. Okay, again, let's have a look at Jim's video.
All right, September 23rd, about a little more than an hour before market open. Let's show the computer clock. I am most definitely bearish. We are below all my major levels, of course, 79.10, 78.80, and 78.60. And as long as we're below those levels, I am definitely bearish. Looking for another attempt at or lower than 78.10. And I think we might hit lower numbers. My only issue is, even though I am bearish, I would love the price to pull back a little higher. So we have about an hour, and maybe price will go a bit higher. I don't want to necessarily take a short right into the 78.10 area, but unfortunately I will not be home, so you know, it might or might not work out. I just cannot be bullish until after we tested 78.10 once again and we can firm up above it. If we test 78.10 and we firm up and go higher, then I might actually be bullish. So it's very possible for my afternoon trade when I get home, depending on what's going to happen between now and then, I might actually be on longs only. But anyway, for now I am bearish, and we'll see what's going to happen.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in here because what happened here, caught live, is that the internet went down right here at 9:35 a.m. and 44 seconds. And not sure if it was just the internet or time and sales, but you can see everything is frozen right here. But what's important to point out here is that the auto trader positions are in the queue. As long as you have a stop loss and a profit target, then your positions get sent to the server, to your broker, and they are in the queue. So even if your positions go down, your stop loss and your trailing stops will be in the market, regardless of how long it goes down, or even if your NinjaTrader crashed. So notice the video is still running in real time. Jim has stepped away, and this outage lasted for about 3 minutes. And it's going to pick up in just a moment. You'll see the price change, and then you'll see the next print on the time and sales will be 9:37 and so many seconds. It's coming up shortly. And again, what is impressive is that the auto trader sent these trades to the server. The auto trader stayed online in NinjaTrader throughout this and managed to resolve the positions. And there we have it. You can see where the time and sales picked up, but it's now 9:37 and 10 seconds or so. Okay, back to the video.
Wow, I can't believe I'm still in this trade. It's after 11 o'clock. I am down 169. Let's put this away. But it looks like at some point I was very close to my target here. And then I think what happened was it took a short into the area of 78.10 I was talking about. See, if I was home, I would not allow a short into 78.10. Unfortunately, though, I was not home. But this actually is pretty impressive, and I will talk about it a bit later. Right now, actually, I'm disabling the shorts, and I'm thinking long because we are forming up on 78.10. In the intro video this morning, I was talking about once we hit 78.10 and firm up above 78.10, I might actually be bullish. And at this point, I am bullish. I am looking to test the highs of around 48. So if precision trend goes bullish here, the other trade is going to take a long trade because I am now interested in longs as long as we don't break 78.10. So tricky kind of an area, a bit against the trend, but definitely a key zone, which is why I was so interested in that 78.10. And it's a shame I wasn't home for this, but that's okay. That's okay. I think the video did come out because it's still running. It didn't look like anything happened. So hopefully the video is intact. And after I'm done with this, I'll take a look just to make sure. Yeah, but at this point, I'm going to stick with this one. I'm down some, 169, not too bad. This is after commissions. Looks like we had a hell of a chop in the morning, and just the way the auto trader handled the chop was actually fairly impressive. It did not draw down much, considering this kind of an ugly action, and then it waited for this beautiful short. And I think so close to my daily target over here. Alright, well anyway, what's done is done. Let's see if let's see if they'll give me a long here. If price goes below the step MA, as long as the precision trend is not below the step MA, it will still take a long trade. A bit of a retracement is that much the better. I'll get in at a better price. This template has $500 stop and target, and I think I just missed my target on this beautiful short trade. It will be interesting to see if they need to retest the 78.10. I personally don't think so, but I don't think they care much what I think. But this video is going to be extremely long as it is, so I'm going to just pause this. Okay, the long is in. First target is 20 ticks. And then second target is right by the high of the day, which I think we are going to reach. I think we are going to reach the high of the day. Here is target 1. Stop to minus 10 ticks. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video. Getting close to the second target. Just wanna see if I can catch it. I'm going to disable the longs if I get filled here. Don't necessarily want to take another long into this area. I would like some kind of a retracement. Maybe not yet. Maybe I'll pause it again here. Yeah, I'm gonna protect some profits here. This template, I guess, is the one without the trailing stop. Trailing stop is helpful. Get a bit closer. Yep. Looks like they're not gonna do it yet. This is right at the daily high. That's always an obstacle. Which is why I moved my stop higher. The bigger trend is down, and if they are unable to break a daily high, they could just go substantially lower, possibly even retest the 7810 again. So I definitely don't want to give back too much here. Here's another attempt. Can they break that high? Moving up my stop again, because if they can't, then come on, there we go. All right. So we are still below the daily target, which is 500. I'm gonna give them some room to retrace now and see what happens. I would love to catch another long, but maybe closer to the step MA. All right, gonna pause the video. Okay, well, still waiting for a pullback, but I just watched the first part of the morning price action. So I wasn't here for the market open. It was around here, 9:30. So of course it was extremely choppy, but right around here, maybe Randy can stop the video and kind of point it out. Somewhere around 9:44, 9:45, 9:46, somewhere here, I lost internet connection. And it was very obvious because the time and sales window stopped moving, and the prices here that you see changing all the time stopped moving for about maybe 40 seconds to 1 minute. It was obvious there was an interruption in internet connection. But what was amazing is that the auto trader did not skip a beat. I remember there were questions regarding what happens if there is an internet issue, what happens to the target and stop orders. And Randy answered that, well, they go to the exchange. Well, that is absolutely correct, because as soon as internet connection resumed, the auto trader kept going as if nothing happened. And it just so happened, I think it was over here when then it stopped out. But the point is, it kept the stop and the target in place. It did not just restart or anything like that. It continued to work, which I just find fascinating and just amazing that something like this is even possible. And yeah, so obviously the morning was extremely tough. But even if you look at this, right, I mean, as bad as the price action was, and this is as choppy as you can get, the drawdown was not horrendous. And then it just waited for this nice short and made everything back. And as a matter of fact, I think I was up over $400 out of the 500 that the target is. I was up 400 and change. Unfortunately, I wasn't home when I tried to take a short into that 78.10 zone. But as I always say, the auto trader is a great tool, but it's not here to replace me. If I was home, I would not allow it to take a short into this area. But regardless, just the fact that under very choppy conditions, it kept losses to a minimal. And then when opportunity presented itself, it was able to make everything back. Again, it just speaks volume for, I guess, for the programmers of this auto trader, the logic of the auto trader, and really the fact, if this was me and I took kind of a loss after loss after loss, even though these were minor losses, I would hesitate and I would rethink and I would question myself about taking this next short. But the auto trader has no such emotions, and it just took the short that made everything back and came very close to hitting my daily target. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention when you watch that video, even though there was no sound because I wasn't home, watch that time between maybe 9:34 and 9:36, 9:37 maybe even, and you're gonna see how everything just stops. And when internet connects again, the auto trader just keeps trading as if nothing happened. Just wanted to bring this to your attention. Really, to me, it's fascinating. I don't know if it's fascinating for anyone else, but to me, it absolutely is. I mean, this is just a machine, and yet it's really, I think, beyond anything else that exists out there. All right, so I'm just going to wait here. I need the retracement back to around 41, and then resume movement higher. Once it gets to around 41, I will click the longs and hope to take a trade. I just need a little bit more, 175, to hit my daily target here. All right, so got my test of 41, and then precision trend went bullish. I'm still above the step MA. So now we have a long. I don't think I have that much to hit my daily target, less than $200. So definitely even before I think we hit the first target, we're just about, we should be done. There we go. Okay, so this is after commission. Looks like maybe we got a bit of slippage, some negative slippage there, but no big deal. Really a tricky day. I don't even know if I should put the text, because I think if I put the text, it's going to be really, I'll try. Yes, you can't even say anything here. So a whole bunch of trades, very choppy, but after all this chop, I was still just slightly down, and then a nice long trade which brought me almost to my target. Then another short, didn't quite work out, and then once I came home I realized, no, we're above the 78.10. I should be bullish, and the long trades brought me to my target. So let's live account and diamond sales and computer clock. I'll be done for today. I don't think I'll trade any of the other accounts, but again, I encourage you to watch the part of the video that's the morning trades that had no commentary, but this internet interruption really impressed me. Watch it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.